Good afternoon, it's that bloke on a motorbike. I've noticed in the comments just recently a lot of people talking about my ride and saying that it looks quite smooth. So what I thought I'd do today, they were asking me how I did that, and what I thought to do today is just give you an idea by letting you into what my brain is going through, what sort of thing that I'm thinking, what thought processes I've got. Now, as most of you will already gather, the main thought process I've got when I'm out on the bike is where am I going to get my next cup of coffee or bacon sandwich from. So it's not a definitive. I'm not saying, this is the best way to do it, but it's the way that's kept me safe for 50 years of riding. Yeah, so basically it's how I ride and how I taught it for 48 years. God, that's a long time, isn't it? So what's my brain thinking? Well, coming up here, I've just seen that I've got an SUV, I think it's a Range Rover, behind me, and it's quite close, so I'm a little bit not concerned about it, but I'm going to keep him in my thought train. So I'm going to go exit 1 on this roundabout. So coming up to it, I'm deliberately slowing my bike down. It's clear for me to go on, but what I've done there is I've dropped his speed behind me. And what that means is that if somebody decided they're going to do something daft up roundabout, like come round, I've taken care of his speed, because I'm pretty sure he was intending just coming straight on there. Now he's lining me up, he's coming past me now, and he hasn't got a view into that bend. But I've got an escape route on my left hand side there anyway. And I've got another van now, because this is a really fast road, and he's a bit intimidating. He's wanting me to move over, but I'm at the speed limit, and I don't want to go too far to the left, because that's going to invite him to come through. So at the moment, mate, you can hang on. There's no in front of me, I've got loads of braking room. So now as we start coming on here, I'm going to do exit 2, effectively straight ahead. Just check my mirror, he's still there on my right shoulder. Now he's immediately behind me now, so dropping his speed right down. Yeah, I can see it's clear, and I could straighten that roundabout off. But now, when I accelerate, I'm actually pulling away from him, because I've got the drop on the acceleration. Now I am tucked over to the left. I've got the same thing behind me again now, another car doing the same thing. But I've moved slightly over so I can see what's coming round, and also this is a fast road. It probably wouldn't happen because I've got that wagon in front, but if anybody did decide that they wanted to come out and overtake and come down here, which I've seen loads of times, then I've got a bit of room on them. And now you'll see I've still got that braking distance. Look how close that car is. He can't see anything, and he's looking for an overtake. I don't think he'll be able to see from his position that that's that bus. So if Wagon decides to let the bus out, he's got a problem coming up. So I moved out a bit. The wagon driver can see me. I just moved back a little bit there because I don't want that bus creeping. Now I've got that same position. I can see down left hand side of them, so I'm going to be in both their mirrors. If I can see the mirrors, they should, can't say they do, but they should be able to see me. Now we are getting into autumn now, aren't we? Leaves are starting to change. I love it at this time of year. This and winter. There's not like getting out on a really crisp winter's day on your bike. Get well wrapped up. I mean, I've got an advantage. I've got an electric jacket, but I haven't always had one. I'm just getting old. Right, so we've got a speed limit change here. Car behind me is not slowing, so I ain't giving him any grounds to come up. I'm actually now going to increase that distance in front of me. So what I've done there is, if that driver behind me gets too close, I've got his braking distance. I can slow down a little bit easier. We're nearly at speed limit anyway. This is a lovely old village called Hickleton. Got some beautiful old stone houses here. Only thing that spoils it is this major road going through middle. Must be hell for them, really. Yeah, got a speed limit change. I can just do it all throttle, but I'm just going to show my brake light to tell him what I'm going to do. I won't actually brake it, I just a little bit of pressure at front brake to bring lights on. The problem with speed is that we're taught in miles per hour. All the speed limits are in miles per hour, or kilometres if you're abroad. But what is 1 mile? How far is it? And how long's an hour? You know, what you've got to do is think, what can I do in 1 hour? So if you just think to yourself, have a look at clock now, have a look at your watch. What were you doing an hour ago? And how much stuff have you done in between? And where can you think that's 1 mile away from your house, or wherever you're watching this? And then just go on Google Maps when this is done, not now, but just go on Google Maps and have a look and see what's a mile away, and think, how many decisions would I have to make driving that distance? So the way I learnt it, and the way I teach it, or taught it, because I don't do it anymore really, is I work in feet per second. Now, for those among you that's not watching this, where you use a metric system, where you use meters and kilometres, anything I say, so if I say it's 3 foot, times it by 30, and that gives you the number of centimetres that you've got. So 1 foot is roughly 30 or near enough 30 centimetres. So how fast are we going in feet per second, and is it hard to work it out? No, it's not. It's dead easy. All you got to do is look at your speed and times it by 1.5. In other words, add half on. So I'm doing 40 at minute. So if I add half of 40, that's 20. So 20 plus 40 is 60. So I'm travelling at 60 feet per second. Right, that sounds a little bit complicated. So how do we get speed from miles per hour to feet per second? Take your miles per hour and times it by 1.5, and that will equal feet per second. So at 40 miles per hour, we've got 40 times 1.5 equals 60 feet per second. Or what you can do is add half of your speed, and that works the same. So at 40 miles per hour plus a half, that's 20 miles per hour, equals 60 feet per second. They both work the same way. Now that's quite a bit a distance. Think about how long your front room is, and then watch second hand on the clock go round. 60 foot per second. I'm going up now to 50 miles an hour. So half of 50 is 25. So that's 75 altogether. That's 75 feet per second. So it takes your alert driver, who's really concentrating, 0.7 of a second on average from seeing something to reacting to it. In other words, getting on your brakes. So in that 0.7, if you work it backwards, you've actually travelled the same distance in feet as you're travelling at, as your speed. Let's take a look at this. Travelling at 40 miles per hour, from the time you see the hazard to reacting for an alert rider is 0.7 seconds. So at 40 miles per hour, 0.7 of a second equals 40 feet you'll have travelled on your reaction time. At 30, seems slow, doesn't it? You're in the 30 limit, which we're going to be getting into in a bit. You're in a 30 mile an hour speed limit. You're travelling 30 times 1.5. So that's 45 feet per second. Your average terraced house is about 15 foot wide. So you're travelling in 1 second past 3 terraced houses. Now, if the kid runs out, you're going to pass 2 houses before you even reach your brakes, and then you've got your stopping on top of that. It's not slow, and if you start thinking in that, I've had loads of people who I've taught who have thought in that way and changed the method of thinking, and it's been a big wake-up call for them. So we're just going into this 30 limit now. So even though it feels slow to me, I'm still travelling past 3 hours a second. That's some speed, is that? Now, I know some of you will be thinking, but we've got ABS. That'll make us stop quicker. Wrong. All ABS does is stop your wheels from locking, so that you've got some form of control, either on a bike staying upright, in a car being able to steer, because it stops your wheels from locking and skidding. It doesn't make you brake quicker. It can actually make you brake a little bit slower, or take longer distance, I should say. We've got quite a bit of traffic at minute on this road. Oh, it's not unusual for it. So back to my thought process then. Traffic lights there, just gone up to red, so I've got 2 vans in front. Look at my position, it's so I can see down the outside, you can see me. It also means that if anybody tries to come up quick and misses the braking, I can go straight down the middle of that traffic, out of the way. Now, I do know somebody who was in the middle of position, so more or less where his Mercedes badge is, parked in a queue, and somebody behind missed the braking point and hit him, and made a bit of a mandled mess of him. So I advocate being on the light. The only thing you've got to be careful of is in dark, because you don't want your rear light merging where his rear light should be, so then it's a case of just modify it a bit. Preferably wear something like high-vis. If we look at our lights, see, they're at green for us, and they've been at green for quite a long time now. The car behind me is really well back from me, so I'm happy. Too close to I'll go through anyway. Which way shall we go? Let's go country way, shall we? I'm going to turn left just up here. Following where he's going, so let everybody know. I'm not slowing till I get into this lane. So this way that I ride, it's from a book called Police Roadcraft, which I've mentioned before. It's what we used to teach when I first started teaching with the old RACACU when I was 16 and a half. One of the things that I used to do when I was teaching as well is I'd do a commentary drive, and I actually started to film them so that I could put it on and let the students watch it and then explain to them what I was doing. So I'll just do one and see what you think to it. Let me know in comments below. Right, so I've got a multiple junction ahead, 40 mile an hour speed limit, speed is 40. Junction's clear. I'm out slightly towards the crown of the road there just to get a better view round. We've got hazard lines in the road, 40 pointed on, road's bearing round to the left ahead of me there, so mirror check. I'm out again towards the crown of the road, one vehicle coming towards me, poses no threat, so I can continue. 40 as I go around here, move across towards the left hand side just to get an open view, coming into a 50 miles an hour. I'm quite happy with the speed that I've got at the moment. There's nobody behind me, no need to increase speed. Road sign on the left there, major road, the thick line is going round to the right. Mirror check again. Positioning towards the left in case somebody overcooks it coming towards me. If there'd have been somebody behind me there, I'd have held mid-position because I didn't want them to think I was going off to the left. Dropping the speed down now as I'm going into this. Bit of debris at middle of the road there on my line. So just easing back a little bit. This time of year you're going to get leaves and it looks a bit slippy. One vehicle coming towards me. Junction on the left, so mirror, move out a bit to clear it. Under the trees now, so again expect leaf mould. You can just see some in the centre of this lane, so that's going to be a little bit slippy. I'm looking at that vanishing point ahead of me. I did a video on that a while ago, so I'll put a link up for it in the description. Easing it round that bend. See that plastic bag that we just passed? If I'd have come in there too quick and not wrong line, I'd have had to make a move to clear that. Mirror check, road's going round to right. Easing it down because I can't see. I don't want to put my front wheel anywhere that I can't already see the tarmac. I've got to be able to stop. Could I get round faster? Oh yeah. Could I get round faster and if they're out there be safe? I doubt that. So I ain't gonna do that. Right, we've got a T-junction at the end with the stop sign. Mirrors are clear. There's no point in me even trying to just go straight out. So slowing it down and stop. Junction's clear. As I come out, I'm just going to use a little bit of back brake to tighten that turn so it comes out under control. 20. Look at that, major road there, it's getting really, really narrow, so I'm going to back down, over to the left, gives me a better view and it keeps me away from traffic. There we go. No point in tearing into something. Now series bend sign there, it's going to the right, so moving across, you see that mud on the road at far side? I'm thinking, where's that come from? And it's that gateway there, so I didn't want to go in too quick. Over towards the left, it's opening up. That's it, yeah, away we go. Just being mindful of the speed limit. Car in that junction, so there's not behind me. He's stopped, but has he stopped for me or that one coming towards me? I don't know yet. Yep, clear, and I can bring the speed up. I did drop the speed off there just in case it did. Now look at this, junction off on the left there, so I'm only going to go mid-lane, equaling the dangers on both sides, then I can accelerate. Got two vehicles behind me now. I'm coming into a 30 limit, so mirror check. Engine's doing the braking for me, but I'm just bringing him down nice and gradual. It's a bit close, so I didn't want to be doing a hard deceleration there. Slowing it down, restricted view on the right, so slowing it right down. Junction clear, I can go through. Vehicles parked both sides with the posing, so there's enough room for me to go through there. Van's just pulling up on the left side, so expect his door to open without any warning. Petrol station. Let's have a look up road. Is there anything up road like diesel or fuel spills? He's turning across me. Traffic lights there, they're at green. So mirror check just in case it changes. And now we're coming into a built-up town. I was too close there, so I continued. Coming into a main town street area here now. Got the speed calming, so gently up and over them. Parked vehicles on the left, pedestrians crossing, and a red light. Dropping the speed down, controlling it. away we go again. Right, so we've got zebra, we've got one person on it, so we've got to make sure they get completely off. That's cleared. I'm just scanning now left and right. We've got a load of traffic in front of us that's going to go straight ahead. At this point I'm not going to go down the outside. You see we've got vehicle 2 ahead of us, indicated to come on, indicated right, and they're going to be more interested in getting home, putting the shopping away, getting the kettle on, than they are about whether or not I'm going past them when they don't expect it. I always think about that poem. I think I've mentioned it to you a couple of times before, but there are old bikers and there are bold bikers, but you don't get many old, bold bikers. And I want to stay old and ride my bike a long time. Right folks, I hope that's been of even a little bit of interest. If you got anything from it, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about it, good or bad. And if there's any particular aspect that you'd like covering in greater detail, like positioning, observation, overtake, speed, all like that, leave it in comments and I'll see what I can sort out. Like I said, I've got 48 years of teaching experience and been an advanced driver since 1979. My God, that'll be before some of you were born. So pointless me not passing it on. So if anybody wants to know, I'll try and pass it across to you. So usual things, if you're a subscriber, thank you very much, I much appreciate it. If you could subscribe if you haven't, it would seriously boost the channel. Leave me a comment, like it, share it, do what you want with it. If you're out on your bikes, stay safe, keep the shiny side up and that rubber side firmly planted down on the floor, and I will see you all out on the road. So bye for now folks, bye.